four sets of B&B owners go head-to-head.
High five.
As they check into each other's places
More than 2 nights in here might be a squeeze.
and suss out one another.
I feel as though that I'm being penalised for being such an interesting person.
Today, there's arts and crafts
I think she probably got the least attention span of all the group.
and some morning DIY.
It's a free-for-all, love. You have to do it yourself.
The host with the least, really.
As they battle it out
Of course I like you, but you haven't complained about anything yet.
to be named best value for money.
I think that was a little bit of an insult, really.
The third visit of the week is to Chiswick in West London, where artist Bob Osborne offers a radical experience.
The vibe that I'm trying to create is almost like a 60s ideal of going to stay somewhere that's a little bit funky. There's no real rules as long as you behave yourself.
Those wanting to get down in Bob's pad will find 3 rooms costing up to £60 a night, as well as a communal living room, kitchen, shared bathrooms and a mini art gallery.
There's lots of modern art, there's lots of abstract art. Some of it is by very famous artists, including myself. Generally, the reaction is very favourable.
On the first visit, Bob was joined by girlfriend Georgie.
My name's Gaynor. Pleased to meet you.
Hi, Gaynor. I'm Bob.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Georgie.
And at dinner, Bob revealed his home was not always so cultured.
Did you actually live in a real cave?
Yes, I live in the cave, yeah.
And when it comes to hosting, there's no hope of Bob coming out of his lair.
I don't serve breakfast because I don't like getting up very early in the morning. I run a kind of ship that's based on benign neglect.
With Bob ready to take a back seat, the first guest is sizing up the neighbourhood.
I'll be surprised if Bob's house is as nice as these ones. They'd look absolutely gorgeous.
Gaynor Walker is landlady of the Nateby Inn in Cumbria. And when she hosted first this week,
Hello, welcome to Nateby Inn.
Gaynor found herself in double trouble when Julia put her breakfast skills to the test.
I'd like the light English. And then, will it be all right if I had a pancake with ice cream?
I thought it was a little bit cheeky for Julia to ask for 2 breakfasts, but it didn't throw me that fact that she wanted that.
And today, Gaynor's bracing herself for what Bob has in store.
I'm imagining the worst, OK? Because he lived in a cave, for God's sake, you know. Sleep on the floor with the mattress. Wow. It's a little bit cleaner than I thought.
Hi,
Hello!
Gaynor.
How are you?
Hi, yeah, good. Come on in.
Oh, thank you.
This is a communal lounge, so that all the guests can use this.
It is actually amazing. It really is.
OK, Gaynor. This is your room.
Thank you.
It's a single room. Price is £45 a night, including breakfast. There's 2 bathrooms. They're both communal. There's no ensuite rooms here, so use either. Have a good stay.
Oh, thank you very much. I couldn't go in a bath after somebody else, so I'll be stinking.
With Gaynor washing her hands of the shared facilities, the next guests are having a capital time.
We're in that there fancy London, so that's quite different for us, being from the sticks.
Drifting into the big smoke are Graham and Julia Ashley, owners of Outfields Farm in Bedfordshire. And when they hosted last time,
Hello!
Gaynor threw a curveball when she ordered off-menu at breakfast.
Gaynor, what would you like, please?
Could I just have a bowl of porridge?
Porridge.
It's not on the menu.
I know, have you got it or not?
Yes, no problem. I think there was an underlying issue there. I think she wanted to try and catch us out so that I wouldn't be able to fulfil, you know, what she wanted, but it wasn't an issue at all.
Now these B&Bers are looking forward to what Bob's got to offer.
I think he's got a massive gaff and it's all going to be fantastic and wild hedonism.
Hi!
Hi, all right? Nice to see you.
Do come in. This is your room. It's a double room. The price per night is £60, including breakfast. There's 2 bathrooms, which are both communal. Enjoy your stay.
All right, thanks for that, Bob.
Excellent, thank you.
See you later.
Thank you very
Cheers
much.
now. First reactions, I'm really pleasantly surprised, and very normal at the moment.
Yeah.
While Graham and Julia come back down to earth, the final guests are picturing the scene.
I think you'll see a lot of his art. I think you'll see a lot of his work on the walls, probably. It might be quite nice. But on the other hand, it might be quite awful.
Hoping for the best are Andrew and Claire Ashmore from Ammonite Lodge Guest House in Somerset, who pride themselves on keeping up appearances.
Presentation is 100%, isn't it? If somebody comes in the room and they see that looks beautiful, then they'll say,
It's got to look good.
that looks appetising.
On the previous visit, Bob outlined his thoughts on dressing for the occasion.
It never occurred to me to worry whether I was dressed smartly or not if I'm opening the door to somebody.
Even if they're paying you?
Yeah,
You're offering a service.
And today, Claire has got high hopes for Bob's easygoing approach.
Bob is going to be much more casual, laid back, turn up, answer the door with no shoes on and his tatty old jeans and his painty top. It's great. I'm really looking forward to it.
Hey!
Bob!
Hey, this is your room.
Lovely.
The rate for the room is £60.
£60.
£60.
Wow, that's so good for London. Thank you. So what's your first impressions? I cannot believe £60.
With Bob off, the guests can see if at home is where they want to be.
That's it.
Not bad. Nice and firm.
Oh, dear. This is upside down.
I really love this. Really, it's fabulous.
It's very worn. Oh, I've broken it.
Oh, he's got a protector on, so that's all right.
I like this sparkling water. Very nice.
Look, that's proper holes.
Don't make any more holes.
Bathroom.
Vacant. No one in here.
It's a very homely bathroom, isn't it?
Oh, my God. That's minging. I'm not sleeping with that. That's disgusting.
What's this? A plug?
There's a plug.
Oh.
Be fine. Just don't lick the plug. You'll be good.
The light is on.
No signal.
Right, so we're giving up on the TV.
I actually really love the quirky bits that he's got in there. It's really, really good.
After a route around the rooms, Andrew's in a huff. Gaynor's playing dummy.
It's quite spooky. You feel like somebody's watching you.
And Julia's not down with the pillows. As the bird flies, Chiswick is only a few miles from some of the capital's best-known attractions. But today, artist-in-residence Bob wants everyone to stay at home and make their own entertainment.
You're all going to make a postcard collage this afternoon. You're going to use a pair of scissors, a bit of glue, and you're going to cut something out and have a play with materials.
Excellent.
I was hoping we were going to really go for it, like have a big canvas and go splotching around. I would have really enjoyed that.
Shoot me now.
With Andrew not up for an art attack, it's time for the group to get creative.
When we lived abroad, I used to enjoy
She likes painting.
painting a lot. But since I've come back to run a B&B, I don't do anything.
Claire might be getting stuck in. Julia, meanwhile, isn't finding her cutting edge.
This is the sort of thing that I can't do. It's just fiddly. I think it's really for children, that sort of thing. It doesn't, you know, I didn't want to do it because it was boring. My postcard.
Thank you, God. I think Julie was more bored than I was, to be honest with you, hence the sticking on my bald pate.
I think Julia's probably got the least attention span of all the group. She didn't seem to focus, you know, with any degree of concentration on the task in hand.
Yeah, that just gets better and better. Lovely.
Gaynor, though, hasn't had to look far for her inspiration.
This is Bob Street, and this is our letterboxes going through London. That's Julia looking at the bedroom. I actually really enjoyed the activity. It's something that I would never have chosen to do, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
As the class draws to a close, Bob has recruited critic Peter Davies to judge who's put their art and soul into it.
Oh, this is a more sort of conventional collage.
It's an autobiographical work.
On things that I like
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Everything is autobiographical,
Yes, it is.
whether we're conscious of it.
It pervades everything we do.
Yeah.
Some of the words I found a bit pretentious because it's not, it's not words I don't really understand.
But there's a good chance Gaynor understands Peter's next appraisal.
I can detect a basic talent here.
Basic. Basic.
Basic skills. Sheesh.
She is competitive, and that's her nature, as you can see when we were doing the activities. But she took it well.
Now Graham goes for the hard sell.
Certainly saved the best till last here, Peter, for you.
Well, so you say immodestly?
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, actually, you're right. I think it is the best.
Yeah, yeah.
So it wins the prize. The reason I go for this as my favourite is that it takes the kind of illusion of the surface out into reality, out into our...
Yeah, that's what I was aiming
into
for.
our own space.
It was a fairly lightweight activity, but we had a bit of fun, and I won. Did I mention that?
Thanks, Peter. It was really interesting.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
But Bob's drawing his own conclusions about his guests.
They're very happy at the moment, but I'm not sure how they're going to cope with someone else being in the shower when they want to have a shower. And, of course, breakfast is, going to be a whole different scene from what they're used to.
The third visit of the week is to At Home in Chiswick, London. And as the guests get ready for dinner, some of the group are enjoying the communal spirit. But Graham isn't flushed with enthusiasm about the evening ahead.
Oh, it's probably a pop-up restaurant and we all die of botulism tomorrow.
Tonight, Bob is taking everyone to his local Indian restaurant.
Thank you for having me, everybody.
Where he's hosting with girlfriend Georgie. And before they plough into the poppadoms, Bob brings up his breakfast offering.
Tuck into the food tonight, ladies and gents, because breakfast in the morning is self-service.
Well, you got to cook your own.
Oh.
You can cook your own. I'm not too great in the morning.
So you just say to everyone, that's fine, help yourself.
Yeah, I just show them, the food in the fridge.
Julia was horrified.
She was.
She was. But then she tried to disguise it by showing interest and I understand and all the rest of it, but I don't think Julia bought into it at all.
Sometimes I'd never see my guests. They go out all day and I don't see them at all.
That's like the perfect guest, isn't it?
For me, that is the perfect scenario because I get paid, I never have to see them.
Oh, amazing.
And I never have to do anything for them.
If that works for him, it's fair enough, isn't it? Doesn't matter if that's how he wants to run his business. I couldn't do it because I'd feel embarrassed.
I think all the other contestants are slightly jealous of my lifestyle, and they've made it clear that they work, really hard. So I think they're slightly intrigued by the fact that I can get away with it, really.
So that was beautiful.
I think Bob's got it right.
As the curry hits the table, Bob's guests want to know if he's as hands-off with the Hoover.
Who cleans your rooms?
Well, I have a cleaner come in
You have a
every couple
cleaner
of weeks.
coming. All right, fine. Does she come in every day?
No, no. Every 2 weeks, my Peruvian cleaner comes in. Yeah, I know.
What about your bathrooms? Are they not cleaned on a daily basis by somebody?
Yeah,
They're not.
Well, it was clean. I'll be
They're
honest.
not. You don't lie.
Is it the people who stay with you who clean them? I personally don't think you should run a B&B that way. I personally think that you should give a lot more service. If it works for Bob, then it works for Bob.
With talk of hosting in the air, Andrew wants to set out his stall.
I believe what I do, I want to do it differently to what I've seen. I'll bring you tea and coffee in a pot with a piece of cake. I do, I just love
You just
it.
want to please people, don't
I
you?
genuinely do.
can I have my tea about 10 o'clock in the morning?
Absolutely.
Andrew and myself are not singing from the same song sheet when it comes to running businesses, but, you know, he's got all the chat about, you know, customer satisfaction, but that is just not me.
With breakfast looming large, it's all back to Shea Bob for some shut-eye.
Can't say I'm too excited about breakfast.
Not really inspired, is it?
Yeah, not at all.
I've covered the pillow with my towel and it smells nice now, so I'm quite happy with that. Are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Yes, dear.
Next morning in Chiswick, and for some, getting a quiet night proved a bit of a challenge.
That's Andy trying to get in the toilet. Who kept me awake most of the bloody night snoring?
So the boiler is quite noisy, but I do think it was mean that you turned it off so anybody wanting a shower earlier
Tough, really.
can have one.
None of them look like they wash very much anyway. So.
Elsewhere, Bob's taking some artistic license, while his guests head down to curate their own breakfast.
I don't think I'll use that glass.
This is the strangest breakfast I've had.
It feels like we're at home, but we're not at home.
But it's not really, is it? It's just odd.
Ready then?
Yeah, come on, dear. I'll take you down and cook your breakfast.
Julia and Graham are next to join the DIY fun.
Bonjour.
First at the breakfast
I can't smell
table.
anything nice going on. Do you want some poached eggs, darling? I'll make you an egg. That is a good egg.
There we go.
And these breakfast professionals are enjoying the busman's holiday.
Working in perfect harmony.
Thank you very much.
I suppose the communal vibe has rubbed off a little bit because we just all got involved with it.
She loves all this nonsense.
See, I'd love
She's
to
going on a
just...
commune with the Moonies up in what's it?
I'll stop it.
Well, I'm with them.
Very nice.
Right, Andrew.
Thank you very much.
Egg.
Oh,
my
delicious.
friend.
That's very kind.
With Bob still in the land of Nod, Gaynor's last in.
Ooh,
Would you like a poached egg?
I would like some porridge.
I know you're a porridge sort of guy, but Andrew
porridge.
said he'd make that for you this morning.
Oh, thank you. Is there any coffee ready?
It's DIY. Let's get this straight. We've got a fanny here, but otherwise you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Sorry,
so.
love. I thought it was a bit rude that Gaynor came down later, but then sort of wanted you to make her porridge and then someone else to get her coffee.
Is there any coffee going?
I've just boiled the kettle for you.
Gaynor, it's a free-for-all, love. You have to go up and do it. Just sort yourself out. Don't come down and then say, well, I'd like coffee. No, love.
It might be DIY, but I still got my breakfast served.
Better late than never.
Morning.
There's a last-minute appearance from the headline act.
Bob's the host with the least, really. Less is more with Bob, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, how was breakfast?
We're waiting for it.
No, you've had it. That's your lot. Who made it?
It's a joint effort, basically.
You know, if I like my guests, sometimes join them for breakfast and have a chat about what they're doing.
Does that mean you like us?
Of course I like you, but you haven't complained about anything yet, so that might
What
change.
is there to complain about, Bob? Where shall we start?
Having worked for their morning meal, it's now down to the guests to tackle the admin as they fill out the anonymous feedback forms.
You ready?
Yes.
How were your hosts at home?
It was a ghost of a host.
6 it is.
And I was just disappointed that he didn't come for breakfast.
So what are we going to score him?
I'm going to give him an 8.
When he has been with us, his service to us has been very, very good. I'm going to circle the 5. How clean was at home. bedding wasn't very clean. The pillows had lots of hairs on them. Bedding, pillows, duvet, not up to standard. I'm going to give that a 2.
Pillows themselves
Pillows were gross.
are disgusting and should be thrown away. The sink plug was filthy,
Bathroom.
just not clean enough.
Personally, I think it should be a 2. 2 it is.
You are the queen of clean, so I'll go with that.
How were the facilities at home? What facilities?
We had to share a bathroom,
Share a bathroom.
which I didn't like.
Yeah.
I would say a 6.
More like a hostel more than a B&B.
3.
Yes, dear.
I would like ensuite facilities. About halfway.
How did you sleep at home?
This was a 60 quid sleep in which both of us slept really well, so I'm saying excellent. A 10 out of 10.
It was noisy to begin with because, you know, Andrew was snoring. I'm going to give him an 8.
What did cause me not to sleep was the boiler until I turned it all off.
6 it is.
How was breakfast at home?
Breakfast actually turned out to be...
Quite fun.
Quite fun. But the fact that we had to do it and pay for the privilege of doing it, we're going to give a 6.
Bobless breakfast.
A bobless breakfast, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 5.
OK.
So now we come to the big bugbear. Would you stay here again? We love you, but not enough to stay here again.
Sorry, Bob.
Sorry, Bob.
I wouldn't stay here again because it just isn't my type of place to stay in.
I think, sadly, it has to be a no.
It's not for us.
Now the B&B owners pay what they think their stay at home is worth.
I think that's fair.
The payments will remain under wraps until the end of the week. For now, Bob can see if his guests made themselves at home.
How are your hosts at home? 8. That's okay. Missed Bob at breakfast. They want me to be there, but I don't necessarily want to be there. And, you know, it's my choice whether I'm there or not. How did you sleep at home? 10. Well, I'm amazed by that. Often people get disturbed, so I'm delighted by that. How was breakfast at home? 6. Self-service means different things to different people. To me, it means you serve your own breakfast. You know, I don't see where the confusion lies there. Would you stay here again? No. My bed and breakfast does polarise opinions. People either love it or they don't.
That was really nice. They really enjoyed it. Yesterday was brilliant. Thank you very much.
How were your hosts at home? 5. You are a fantastic host when you are there, top marks, but no marks for when you are not there. Why do I have to be there all the time? I don't understand. I mean, I'm not their nanny. I mean, these people should be going out into London and doing things, not hanging around my kitchen, you know, chatting to me. Crazy. How clean was at home? 2. Bedding, pillows and duvets not up to standards. What standard? I mean, who sets these standards? They're up to my standard. How were the facilities at home? 5. I would prefer an ensuite bathroom. I would prefer a jacuzzi, but I'm not going to get that for £45 a night, am I?
It was absolutely lovely, it really was. So...
Would you stay here again? No. If someone is, you know, concerned by such trivial issues, I mean, I certainly wouldn't, you know, want them to come back again. How clean was at home? 2. I'm not going to burst into tears about it, quite frankly. Bathroom not clean enough for use. I mean, that is ludicrous. I just think this is someone being too precious. How were the facilities at home? 3. Love the art, exclamation mark, kiss. Well, delighted about that. A hostel more than a B&B. It's certainly not a hostel. I mean, this is someone who is probably jealous that I have a house in a beautiful location.
Thank you very much for teaching us about art as well.
Pleasure. You did very well.
I really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Very interesting.
Would you stay here again? No. So, none of them are coming back. Well, am I bothered?
Next time when Andrew and Claire host... There's name-calling at dinner.
Cross between Barbara Windsor and Jordan. A touch of Danny LaRue thrown in.
Yeah.
All matron.
And friction at feedback.
I don't understand that comment, to be honest with you. What did they expect?
No, that's wrong.
I'll ask them to explain that.